3. Emotions resonate more strongly than facts. Evidence continues to mount that political sensibilities are, in part, determined by biology. These inborn sensibilities create our moral foundations. It's the idea that people have stable, gut-level morals that influence their worldview. Politicians intuitively use moral foundations to excite like-minded voters. Conservative politicians know phrases like "Make America Great Again" get followers' hearts beating. They're reacting strongly to the idea of protecting the country. To them, it's a feel-good, positive thing. Don't try to tell them otherwise. Trump is especially good at tapping into fear, a particularly motivating emotion. Studies find when white people, any white people, even liberals, are reminded that minorities will eventually be the majority, their views tilt conservative. A recent experiment showed that this reminder increased support for Trump, which doesn't mean all white people are racist. It means fear is an all-too-easy button to press. We fear unthinkingly. It directs our actions, and it nudges us to believe the person who says they will vanquish our fears. Besides our fallible brains, there's another big reason facts can be insignificant. The internet and social media make misinformation that reinforces our beliefs easier to access and more visible. We select the things to hang on a wall, sources to listen to, said Michael Lynch, a University of Connecticut philosophy professor and author of The Internet of Us, Knowing More and Understanding Less in the Age of Big Data. That means people can experience this sort of sense of the ground moving underneath them, like when liberals woke up and realized Brexit had happened. This is particularly true for the politically engaged, particularly in this time of polarization. As Vox's Tim Lee reported, researchers at Facebook found liberal-leaning Facebook users are more likely to see liberal articles in their news feeds, while those with conservative affiliations see more conservative articles. Partisanship and ideology haven't just become more polarized, but also better sorted, Dartmouth political science professor Brendan Nyhan pointed out. So Democrats are more likely to be liberal and Republicans more likely to be conservative, and they tend to associate with people like them, which may prevent them from getting exposed to different kinds of information on the margin. This state of affairs is fueled by the fact that the traditional gatekeepers of public information, big newspaper outlets, nightly news broadcasts, no longer wield as much influence. Politicians have responded accordingly by reaching out to audiences directly through blogs and social media campaigns, Nyhan said. This can help fuel our biases, reinforce our beliefs, shut out opposing views, and perhaps make us more gullible. And not only are the like-minded gathering together on social media, but there's also evidence to suggest that whole communities are becoming more ideologically unified in our hyper-partisan age. We're further apart than ever before, both virtually and physically. To be honest, we're not entirely optimistic that facts will ever thrive in 21st century America. Academics are pessimistic too. So long as we are all immersed in a constant stream of unbelievable outrages perpetrated by the other side, I don't see how we can ever trust each other and work together again, psychologist Jonathan Haidt recently told Vox's Sean Illing. We have to recognize that we're in a crisis, and that the left-right divide is probably unbridgeable. The world we live in is simply structured to amplify our divides, and in doing so, make us more psychologically resistant to inconvenient facts. For facts to matter more, we need environments that incentivize truth-telling, ones that give us rewards for truth-telling, and where lies are costly to us personally. That a man with as flimsy of a relationship to the truth as Trump can win a presidential election goes to show that fibbing is a winning strategy. If evolution theory can be instructive, it would tell us that the winning strategy will come to dominate the environment. So how can we change the environment to hearken the evolution of a world where facts matter? Researchers have found that it is possible to foster that kind of environment.